country, I have an app called Cheat Sheet for my watch. I ask, how do I say things like, please, thank you, right? Stuff like that. I put it on Cheat Sheet on my watch. And then whenever I look at the time, I could see the cheats, you know? So if I forget to say thank you to somebody or how to say thank you, just look down, boom, I'm in. What did you learn from talking to potential customers, from talking to people who had BFRB, what is that, body focused repetitive behavior? What did you learn from talking to them that you didn't know that helped inform your product?
So, great question. So we learned a lot of just about the mental anguish that people were going through. So one of the big things was, as you mentioned, it just looks like an activity tracker. So people, there's a lot of shame around it, and people don't want to say, you know, what's that for? Usually everyone wants to talk about their cool new technology that they've got the iPhone X and now the iPhone 11 and whatever it is. But
right.
Also it was very important that we give people a way to take control of this behavior, to build awareness without bringing attention to it. So,
got it. So you intentionally made it look like a Fitbit.
And that's what they can say. Oh, it's my step tracker. Oh, it's my activity tracker.
Does it actually do step tracking or activity tracking?
It doesn't. We also intended it to be very single purpose, very focused, because if this is something that's been weighing on you for 20 plus years, in order to make true behavior change happen, you need to be focused in that work that you're doing for yourself. And so we intentionally didn't want it to vibrate to let you know that you had 1,000 steps, because we wanted you to know that vibration was, hey, your hands are not where you want them to be.
And that's one of the things that I was wondering about. How do you know when someone is biting their nails, or pulling their hair? And I saw the answer, but maybe you can tell us here.
Yeah, so the way the bracelet actually works is you connect it to a mobile app and you train the bracelet. You record the gesture that you do onto the bracelet, kind of like a voicemail.
Yep.
So we in this kind of back and forth motion, and it just went off. So it's trained for that movement for me. It's going off, and that's just looking for that. Yeah, it's just looking for that movement.
Yeah. By the way, now that you're saying it looks just like a fitness tracker, that's something I think I saw in every single video that I watch. Could be wrong, but they were bringing it up. So I get how talking to customers made sense. You took their credit card numbers, even though you weren't processing the credit cards. Why did you take their credit card numbers at the conference?
So that was psychology, right? We wanted them to know that this is something of value. We wanted them to make that financial commitment, but we also wanted to honor the fact that, hey, this isn't built yet. We don't know when it's coming, so we're not going to take your money now. We're going to take your money on the back end when we actually ship the product to you. That was just our promise to them. We just wanted to do business in that way.
But you wanted, is it because you needed the sales, or you wanted to make sure that what they were doing or what they were telling you was actually what they wanted?
We wanted to prove the market.
Prove that they were willing to pay for it. Not just here, pat on the back, great, one day I'll buy it, but to see they're taking credit cards out to strangers who haven't built this, that means that they're seriously looking to buy it. Okay, I'm going to talk about my second sponsor. Since I'm using you as an example, I'm going to tell you that I know that, well, actually, you're not using my second sponsor, ActiveCampaign. Who are you using?
MailChimp.
I'm going to, again, use you as an example, and then I'm going to help you understand why MailChimp helps companies like yours. If you had ActiveCampaign, what you could do is, especially since on your site you've got a blog where you're talking about different issues that people are going through, I think that you might have some videos up on your site. I did see one, I don't know if it was yours or not, where you're within the video answering how there it is, right on your homepage. You've got a video that's from YouTube showing how you help people. I think as you start to build up your business, you're going to start to see, you know what, there are these 4 groups of people that are really important to us, and they see themselves as different. Someone who bites their nails doesn't see themselves as someone who pulls out their hair. They see themselves as completely different. A mom who's treating a child has different issues than an adult. Like, she might be worried about, is there any kind of Bluetooth or radiation or something coming through? 3 different kinds of people maybe is who you have as biggest customers. And then a 4th one, it's everybody else. And what you might start to notice is maybe they don't tell you explicitly this is what they have. Maybe they don't even recognize that that's what they have. But as they're reading blog posts about things like biting nails as an adult, maybe they're reading another blog post with 10 well-known entrepreneurs who have bit their nails and feeling good about themselves, that they're not weird. There's something that other people go through. Signaling to you that what they have is an issue with biting their nails, but they're telling you by clicking on different things on your site. And if you have ActiveCampaign, you pixel your site. You know what people are checking out. So you don't want to address to an adult, here's how to fix your child's nail biting. You recognize they're reading all the articles about adults. And so you can have a follow-up sequence of, here's how we help this one adult. Here's why adults are putting this on because they want a fitness tracker. Here's a video from YouTube, not at all even on our site, of somebody who's doing a review where we didn't even send them the fitness, the habit aware bracelet. And now you're starting to speak their language without actively having them raise their hands and say, I have this problem, I want to know about more adults. You just recognize who they are, and your software follows up with them. And at some point, your software sells to them. And because it closes the sale after doing all these different steps, you know By customizing, we're actually getting engagement. By customizing,